Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome, everyone, to today's poetry session, to this beautiful evening of poetry. And all of us are here today to celebrate the power of words, the beauty of language, and most importantly, the magic of poetry. Honestly speaking, we all know that, poetry is one way of expressing our deepest feelings, thoughts, emotions, and it might be the only way of connecting with somebody else, with ourselves. And as poets, all of us should be, very privileged to be able to tap into this power and share it with the world through platforms like this. And like we know, poetry, it has been part of our culture for like thousands and thousands of years, and it is continuing to inspire us, it is continuing to transform us, and it is one way to capture the essence of human experience, with all joys and sorrows and hopes and fears. And through poetry, we are exploring the complexities of the human heart, and we find meaning and connection in our lives. So, tonight, what we're doing is we will be having the pleasure of hearing from six different poets that are present here today, including myself. And all of us here, we have dedicated ourselves to the art of poetry, and that is a given. All of these poets, you guys have spent years owning your craft. Some of you have started early, but that does not matter because exploring the depth of language and sharing your insight with the world, it's not easy, and you're doing that, and that's wonderful. And here you guys are the custodians of human experience, and here you are to share your stories and your emotions and your wisdom with all of us. I feel like instead of introducing all of you with your said bio, like I was talking to Anupamaji earlier today, I think it is better if we leave our personality outside the studio and let's come here as children of poetry, and let's leave the other personality aside and just share our love for poetry today. And instead of introducing you with your bio, I would like to read a small bit of poem before I introduce you. And the poetry for the first round of our session will be basically just, appreciating the beauty of poetry and us poets who create it. And basically, I've written bits of poems on a poet and how divine poetry is. And I will be introducing you with stanzas of those poetry. And let's listen with our hearts and begin our journey through the world of poetry. Our first poet, Dr. Rita Malhotra from New Delhi. And with every word, she weaves a spell, and that takes us to a world beyond, where love and hope are the only truth. Our hearts are filled with peace and youth. Her poetry is a reflection of her soul and a journey through the depths of human lives. Ma'am, you will now recite your poem.
Thank you so much, Likita. Such a wonderful way of introducing poetry and poets. In fact, I believe in that, but soon, you'll come to know that. To begin with, yes, it is life, but it is also one of my, I call it angry poems or protest poetry because I write one aspect of my writing is on the woman. And the poem is called Leela is 16. A year limps by in nano steps as Leela, the widow, remains a prisoner in the messy, confined core of everyday struggle, carrying the burden of invaded virginity and ostracization. Leela, the widow, turns 16 today in a faded white attire. The customary tears dried up long ago when destiny deceived. Dazed emotions lost color through sinking sensations on the painfully pious bridal night when her glass shattering shrieks broke the consciousness of the unity of her being. When oozing red spread its slow tentacles to engulf the fragments of kaleidoscopic glass bangles, her dream bangles, Leela, the widow, turned 16 today. As the candle of life burns at both ends, Leela continues to remain the distorted face of tragedy. Her silence has no secrets. Monsoons do not sing. Broken stories pile up into heaps of abuse and abandon as Leela, the widow, turns 16 today. Thank you.
Very nice, very soulful poem, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
That was so beautiful.
Thank
Your
you,
words
Likita.
are a gift to our souls, ma'am. A reminder of the power of poetry to heal, to transform, and to connect us all into a shared emotion. That was beautiful.
Thank
Very poignant lines, ma'am, and
you.
very well portrayed through your words.
Anushmaji, thank you. Means a lot coming from you and Likita and our fellow poets.
You have beautifully crafted the pain of a widow who is so young and she can't afford to those things which she has ever dreamt of, like bangles and everything. That was very beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautifully written, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
And next, let's welcome Dr. Rakesh Chandra from Lucknow. Dr. Chandra is a poet who is known for his depth and insight. And with his words, he paints a picture. He paints a picture of a world that's full of beauty and pain, where love and loss are two different sides of the same coin, forever entwined. His poetry is a journey through the human heart and is always searching for some sort of meaning. Dr. Chandra, you will now recite your poem.
I am really flattered, Likita. You have done more than justice to me.
Thank you,
The-
sir.
my title of my poem is The Splinters of My Heart. I never knew that my precious heart can split into innumerable pieces. I never knew that my precious heart can split into innumerable pieces and roam like vagabonds in the surroundings. Are they searching true love, so scant in modern times, or they searching frantically the last vestiges of soul healing calm? Probably they are in search of color red, which is to be seen in the drops of blood oozing from the countless sores caused by the unrecognizable bullets during the wars uncalled for, or civil stripes for no reason. I suppose they are on the voyage to spread the lost message of love, hope, and empathy for the humans for whom these words have become out of syllabus of humanity. But still, these splinters are part of myself, and I am concerned for their waywardness. I am searching for the means to reassemble them again. I want to cross the barriers of life and death in a single piece, and of course, with a single soul pure, and untarnished. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I think that's a very deep poem, sir. That was really beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And especially the title is really good.
Thank you so much.
Sir, I feel like your words are a bridge between hearts, a connection that is strong and true, and a reminder that we're not alone and that our stories are forever woven and heard. Thank you so much, sir. It was very beautifully written. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very well crafted, sir. And the way you have put it, there are many things around us which hurt us, and that's what causes the splinters of the heart. Very well said, sir.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now we move on to our next poet, John King from Nigeria. And John is known for his energy and passion. With his words, he would tell a story of a land that's full of life and history, where the rhythms are strong and loud. His poetry is a reflection of the soul, and his words are a call to action, a reminder of the power of our voices. John King will now recite his poem. Sir, please.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can,
Yes,
sir.
absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be reciting a poem, Who I Am Poetically. So I start. In the beginning, there was no beginning. There was no beginner in the beginning to begin the beginning in the beginning until there was a beginner in the beginning to begin the beginning in the beginning. And in the beginning, the beginner said, Let there be light. And there was light. And that light became the light of men. And he formed that light to show the path of humanity. And from his voice that he said, Let there be light, he voiced out poetry, because from his voice, poetry gushed. And he said, Let's make man in our own image. And out of that man, he breathed and put all the sources of life. And into man, he engraved the light and life and sound and art of poetry. That poetry to man may be a tool of reflection, entertainment, resolution, revolvement, and newness to the human world. And he said, Let this poetry of mine be a voice to the voiceless and light to the blind, and let it sound deep into the habits of life and earth to pierce through places, bringing out the best of humanity. And my poetry is me. I am my poetry. I and my poetry are one because in me is my poetry, and in my poetry is me. And I stand for the reflection and the betterment of humanity and transformation of all the world because this is who I am. I am the lines of words, I am the stanzas that reflect and resonate newness to humanity. For humanity is our home, and my poetry is life to this home. Thank you.
Ah, sir, very good. Sir, you are king of poetry.
Yes, Rakesh sir, he is the king of poetry and he remembers whole of his poem.
Yes. That's a really excellent piece. And
Yeah,
the way we are, yes, we are binded with words. This is what is the strength of poetry. It has brought
yes.
us all together from different parts of the world. Very nicely recited, sir. Thank you.
He recited with his full soul, like he was feeling the poem while reciting it.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
You have covered the whole regime of poetry, sir. That is why you are a king of poetry.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very beautifully written, sir. Like everybody has said, words are your words are a celebration of life. It's a
Exactly.
reminder that each one of our stories matter, and like you've said, my poetry is in me and I am in my poetry, and that all of these words, they definitely make a difference. It's beautifully written. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
next, let's welcome Dr. Sabuhi Jafar from Varanasi. And Dr. Jafar is known for her depth and sensitivity in your works. And with her words, she weaves a spell, and that takes us to a world beyond, where love and beauty are filled in our hearts, and peace and youth and all of the pretty things. Her poetry is a reflection of her soul and a journey through the depths of human experience. Ma'am, you will now recite your poem.
Thank you so much, Likita, for such a nice introduction in such an innovative way. That too, like you have said a lot of good things about me. So, without wasting any time, I would like to recite my first poem. The title of my poem is Please Ease My Pain. Actually, I have written this poem as an oncologist, in which the author is describing the sufferings of a terminally ill cancer patient and his emotions and turmoil which the patient feels within. Like the patient knows that he is going to die, but we cannot he cannot help it. So the poem is, oh dear doctor, please ease my pain. All your efforts till now are going in vain. A constant throb, a gnawing ache. If nothing works, please sedate. Each breath is a struggle, a silent battle, a fight for life, a last will to live. A fading hope, a dimming light, an untold story, a message to give. The needles pierce, it's hard to bear, a constant reminder that death is near. These tears and fears, my pleading eyes, the cry of my soul, the lost fight. Play some soft music or a lullaby. It's the last chapter of life, the ending of my life. My whole story rewinding in my mind, just like a reel with emotions entwined. Blessed are those who die without knowing, they die with intact emotions without thinking. But I can see God Yama standing next to my bed, waiting for the right time, counting my breath. For now, I am closing my eyes with a hope to open them again, to carry on our leftover conversation and hang on till the word ends. That's all. Thank you.
So lovely, so lovely, very well expressed. The
Thank you, sir.
real sentiments of the patient who is
Yes.
who is suffering from such a, you see, dangerous disease. So very well portrayed.
Thank you, sir.
Beautifully
Thank you.
written, really, very beautifully written.
Thank you.
Wonderful poem, Dr. Subuiji. And
Thanks,
we
ma'am.
also like being a doctor, like you must be seeing such instances on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
for us to hear such suffering is such a this thing, and for you to heal such patients, it's really a noble cause, a noble job that you're doing, and we're thankful to the doctors in this world like you who are
Thank you,
treating
ma'am.
the patients and giving them hope for life. Really a noble thing. Thank you.
Thank you
Very
so
true.
much.
Very
Thank
true.
you.
Beautiful. And I feel like when the thin line between life and death is
Yes.
disappearing, words are the only things that come from your heart can take life into poetry. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And next, we have Anupama Ji from Mumbai. And she is known for her serene words. I have heard her in person, such a wonderful writer. With her words, she tries to express the emotions that she feels, and she confesses her poetry as a reflection of her heart. and a journey through the ups and downs of life. Her words can touch your heart, and, it can bring a sense of peace and calm to you in some way or other. Now it's like
Thank you so much, Likita ji, for such a lovely introduction. And I must congratulate you for such an excellent hosting of the
thank you.
session and really a different perspective towards hosting. So instead of the reading out the bios, you've crafted a few poems for each of us. It's really a pleasure listening to you. Without taking much time, here is my first poem, and this I had written for one of the prompts conducted by Poesy Tales, which was "Good things take time to give result." It's on the same lines. So here it goes. As a famous proverb states, Rome was not built in a day. Taj Mahal took around 17 years to complete, they say. The Sun Temple at Konark, Odisha, to build took approximately 12 years. These masterpieces are testimony to artists' dedication and patience. Very true that time is of essence. Things are moving at a fast pace. We do not have enough patience. We feel long wait. Time is a nuisance. There are minute details to be taken into account. Perfect end result is of utmost importance, no doubt. Many expectations are to be met. Quality work takes time to implement. There are some things which cannot be hurried up. Many a times, due to our impatience, we tend to goof up. Even nature takes required time to deliver results. Standard time is needed for certain outputs. 9 months for a child to be born, 24 hours for another dawn. Good things come to those who wait. Don't stress, you're not getting late. Don't stress, you're not getting late. Thank you.
No, very nice, very nice. Time is the real master,
Thank you.
Everybody
Yes,
comes
sir.
in the time spanner.
Very beautifully written, really, very beautiful. And I feel like every time you write, it just, it is a reminder of the power of poetry. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much for reciting that. Thank you.
And the message that comes across, no, about the patience and being patient for
True.
so very nice.
Thank you,
Somehow so
ma'am.
deep. It's
Yeah.
just that you listen for the first time, there's a meaning on the outer layer, and then you get deeper, and then, oh my God.
Yes, we should not stress ourselves for the things we cannot achieve, and everything has a time. And we should not stress out कि अभी हुआ नहीं, we didn't get it, and how this can happen to me.
Correct.
So it's all right.
Yes. Thank you,
Beautiful.
Dr. Spurji. Yeah. So I think we've come to the towards the end of the first session, but we won't be ending the first session without hearing a host recite her piece. So would like to invite Likita ji for her recitation of the first poem. Likita ji, it was a pleasure listening to your hosting. Now we'd like to hear your recitation. Most
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My words are just small part of the whole that is present here, a drop in the ocean of poetry. But I'm hoping that they can just be to what I really feel. This poem is named Native, and it goes like this. My world is always in a rush. Bustling classrooms, crowded metro stations, they have become my entire personality. But I wonder, how he entered my insipid life. I still remember the day two the extremely different worlds merged to see the light of a new friendship. He was a stranger, but his words removed the void. It didn't take more than a couple hours to turn into a friendly family. I see your smile in the sunset I always talk about. I'll hear your voice echoing when the moon greets me from above my balcony. Sing for me, love, when silent nights are tracing my footsteps. And I'm one of those people that grows numb after being immersed in something that's being kind to me. I get nose blind to my own perfume. My favorite candy starts to taste bitter after a couple of bites. Why is why is you the only place that has never failed to constantly surprise me in every way possible? Everlasting goodness around you is making sure I feel every ounce of it. You gave it to me. The memories I've tucked away are to die for. That is my native, and that is you. Thank you.
Wow, very well written, Nikita.
Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
very beautiful poem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And
Likita, can you just read out the last line again? I think that's beautiful. The last line, the native thing. What was
uh,
that?
That is you.
s-
Yeah,
all
the
the
native.
memories, all the memories I've tucked away are to die for. That's
Uh,
my native, and that is you.
oh, that is my native. Beautiful concluding line. My God,
Thank you
Yes,
so
very
much.
nice.
a lovely
Not only
Really,
poem.
beautiful, but
Thank
Very
you.
yes,
right
a
nice.
so.
splendid.
Thank you very much. And I had to put in bits of paragraphs along with the poetry, so it just feels like a big narrative. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing love. And that's it for our round one. We have come to an end for round one.
Mhm.
And Anupama ji would like to have a word in the middle.
Uh, yeah, I'd like to thank the audience who have joined us. We had Ajay Varmaji, who's listening to our show, and it's really a wonderful session we are having today, and an honor to listen to all your respected the participants for today. And we have covered many nice topics, varied uh, topics for today, and all the recitations are really excellent. So let's move towards the second round. Thank you, Likita ji.
Thank you so much. The first round, we have seen how beautiful poetry is, and see, we've seen that poetry is very beautiful, is very divine, and all that. But us as poets, sometimes even I feel like I have always been a poet all my life. Why can't I be the muse for once? Why not? If why can't I be the muse for once? And that's something that has always stayed with me. And us as poets, we are often the creators, we are the wordsmiths, we weave the word. But I've always felt the yearning to be the inspiration instead of being inspired. You know, the spark that ignites me, that I want to be that spark in somebody else's life, to be the one that brings out imagination, to fuel the passion, to bring words into life. This is the yearning I believe many poets have, and I think most of you here have too. You know, to be a muse at least once in your life, to be the source of information, inspiration for somebody else's masterpiece. So, in this round, all of our poets will explore this theme. I mean, we're just going to feel it. We share our own experiences, hopes, and fears of, and now we're being the muse and not the poet. And we start with Dr. Malhotra from New Delhi. And I want to be the one who inspires. a poet's heart with words that fire, a spark that ignites, a flame that burns, the muse's whisper that the poet yearns. I want to be the one who brings light to a poet's soul on a darkest night. Dr. Malhotra, its stage is yours.
Beautiful lines, Likita. No poem is required after this. But before I begin,
Yes.
I have to, because that time I couldn't just immediately say something. But what Dr. Rakesh spoke, the turbulence around all around us. Actually, when he speaks of the fragments of the heart, I think it is the story of everyone. So thank you so much, Dr. Rakesh, for that. And
Thank you, ma'am.
John, the language of humanity, I mean, I think that is the religion we should all be sharing, or, the language that we all should be speaking. But as I said, with so much turbulence around, when you still speak of light and the light leading to humanity, and poetry and I are one, again, one of the most beautiful lines that I have heard. And Subuhi ji, you brought out the pain. And well, I'm not going to immediately, I don't want to spoil anything, but believe me, I am currently going through the pain of a loved one. And it is when
Okay.
you spoke, every line that you spoke, uh, we are actually experiencing it for a loved one. So,
Hmm.
you really brought it all out, the emotions, so nicely. And of course, you as an oncologist would know so much more. It would be lovely to meet you, or at least speak to you when you're in Mumbai, if possible.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, sure.
just share the story. We really can't do anything about it. But thank you so much. And Likita, you are a wonder, Alice in Wonderland. So, but yes, thank you so much. And Anupama ji, so thank you for the platform. I mean, something so beautiful happening. The second poem is called Chrysanthemums. So I don't know why, but both poems this time relate to the woman, the life, the experience that we've all had. So it is Chrysanthemums. We were brought up by the rule book that spelt love for us daughters as immoral, infidel, masked, contagious. Dreams were cast within constrained confines. The self remained dwarfed, bonsai-like, unable to reach beyond its grasp. But a moment of wild defiance unleashed a tempestuous will to self-expression. I followed love's trail, scanning the horizon of darkness to arrive at a moonlit patch of a perplexed night. I followed love's trail, scanning the horizon of darkness to arrive at the moonlit patch of a perplexed night, a night that witnessed love's intimate dance in the sensual celebration of intimacy between soul, mind, and body. With the first footfall of dawn, I tore all pages of the book of norms, the book of rules, and made paper flowers out of them. This morning, they have metamorphosed into golden orange chrysanthemums. Thank you so much.
Very nice
So,
poem. Very
thank
The
you.
imagery is really good, really good. Thank you so much.
Thank
A
you.
beautiful poem. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
that is
So,
a fabulous poem, ma'am. And from the depth of your heart, you've expressed it very well.
yeah, we women and daughters and in a culture, but of course things are changing.
Yeah. Things are changing, but it will still take a lot of time.
Very slow, very slow. Yes.
Hmm.
I especially love the line where you said you tore all the pages from the book of norms. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's beautiful. Very well written.
Thank you. Yeah. So, thank you.
And, uh, and now we move on to Dr. Chandra. And I dream of being the muse's face, a guiding pace, a whispered secret, a heart that's true, and a fire that burns anew. And I want to be the one that brings hope to a poet's heart with words that cope. Dr. Chandra, the stage is yours.
Thank you, man. My, I am talking about the peace thing, peace. I'm votary of peace and I love peace. And what is the connection between peace and poetry? The title of my poem is Peace and Poetry. Noble thoughts come to the fore in tranquil atmosphere. Voices from the closet of the heart spring forth in a calm and quiet surroundings. Only the language of poetry is heard in such an ambience, flashing signs of hope, love, and eternal harmony. Peace begets poetry, which flourishes amidst the thorny pathways. Poetry creates the magic divine in absence of discordant notes, strengthening the bonds of mutual love and bond-homing beyond borders. Let the peace prevail everywhere, and poetry bloom like a wildfire. Poetry emanates from the heart, and it reaches the core of others' heart through the medium of peace, undoubtedly. Thank you.
Beautiful, sir. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I loved that line, that poetry blooms like a wildfire. That's so true.
Yes.
Very well written.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very nicely written, Dr. Rakeshji. And truly, peace is the need of the hour. And everywhere when we see the turbulence around and the things happening around us, everyone is going for peace and really misses it. Very well said, sir. Very well said.
And I think that we poets have a duty
Yes,
to utter something, to say something, to plead about peace in the world.
yes, sir.
Let it not be happen or happen otherwise. But this is our prime duty as a poets
Yes,
to call loud about the peace. The one we all want peace because everything. And poetry is what? Poetry is the you see calling from your heart. So when you are at peace, best things come out from your heart. That is the beauty of poetry and the
yes.
beauty of life also. Mm.
Pen is mightier than sword, they say.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
And I like how the word think is associated to the heart instead of the brain. That's very, very nicely said.
Yes,
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And let's move on to John King, sir. I want to be the beat of the drum, a poet's rhythm, and a heart that comes, a fire that burns, and a muse's whisper, and the poet yearns that they're the one to bring life to a poet's soul with words that thrive and thrive. Sir, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, I'm on the way, so I have to do this a freestyle, same as the first one. Also, it was more of a freestyle that I did. So I'm also going to do a freestyle one more time. Um, so I will start. The theme of my poem would be unknown gunmen. I'm using this to address the issue in my country presently, where we have so many bandits, kidnapping, and so many issues that are troubling the nation entirely. So I start. Known unknown gunmen.
we've lost the connection.
I believe we've lost
Yes.
connection. Ma'am, should
Okay.
we move ahead and
Uh,
wait so he
yeah, I
rejoins
think
after let's
we can move ahead, and once he joins, we can ask him to recite.
all
I
right.
think Mr. John is attending some fiesta also.
All right.
I think he's come back online. Let's see him. Yes, just adding him to stage.
Hello. Please, I'm sorry, network here is bad.
It's
Please,
all
We've
right.
got you online, sir.
please, I'm sorry. Okay. Known unknown gunmen go to known unknown places, piercing through like serpents in the middle of the night, whilst innocent souls lay on their bed at night to rest. Then these known unknown gunmen pierce in like a syringe to steal away the joy of their life, taking young children captives, turning young girls to women by force, turning children to orphans, turning fathers to widowers, and turning mothers to widows. This we have been, and this we have seen, this we have heard. In this hole we have been all the days, yet we cry, but our voices are not heard, except that they console us with few bags of food stuff just to make us keep quiet and let not the world hear of our raging pains and tears. Enough is enough, and we can't keep silent anymore, for our silence are growing larger than the river Niger. We are humans, but are we still humans in our own house? And how long shall we experience hunger, pains, troubles in our land? And we have leaders. Or we have rulers. Are these leaders or rulers who by force are selected and not elected to take thrones, and thrones become the very dead of our own liveliness and existence? And we can't even chase our goals and dreams in life again, for we are scared of that unknown gunman who piercing in the night to take away our life from us. The time has come for us to become a nation. And how long shall we suffer trepidation when in silence our troubles and boilings grow? We seek resolution, we seek solution, and we want a new nation. Even to every nation, we want to be a better nation. Thank you.
Well done, Mr. John. You have to choose between silence and revolution, and you are striving for a solution in between the two extremes. You have recited your poetry showing passion, passion about your nation, passion about your country, and well-being
Yes,
of your country. Really good. Keep it
very
up.
nice.
And I believe that poetry should be a perfect blend between silence and revolution, somewhere in the middle.
Exactly,
Beautiful,
exactly.
beautiful. You've
Sometimes,
chosen
sometimes
perfect
it seems
meaning for
obvious.
that.
Yes,
The poem was already
This,
beautiful, but the way you recited, na, it made it more beautiful. How come
yes,
you remember
exactly.
such a long poem?
I think he's freestyling, like he mentioned. He's going with the flow.
Still,
It's
Beautiful.
still he
freestyling. I
remembers.
do I do freestyling. It's
oh,
freestyling.
Okay, good.
But I
That's
did.
great. Yeah.
Very nice.
He's a he's a reservoir of poetry. Poetry comes like a Mm.
Very well
Mm.
we
written.
are
Beautiful.
we are honored to have you on the show, sir, and very well portrayed the issue that you all are facing of kidnapping. We can just imagine through your words what the citizens must be going through, and very well expressed, and the way you've narrated it, it's very well said.
Yeah. And when he said turning mothers to widows, I was reminded of Pahalgam,
Yes, yes.
recent, so recent in our
True.
minds.
Yes.
Yes.
Everywhere it's the
Very true.
Long live the king of poetry, sir.
same.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Mm.
So, our next poet is Dr. Jafar, And
Okay, thank you.
she I want to be a heart that's skinned, and I want to be the one who brings peace to a poet's soul, who releases words into the world that only ignites, whispers into the wind. Ma'am, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Likita, for conducting this event so beautifully. And I'm really impressed how you are introducing each of the poets. That's wonderful.
Thank
So
you so
another thing is, just like Rita ma'am, I'm also very fond of writing about women and following her footsteps. The next poem is about women only. The title of the poem is My Dreams as a Woman. The poem is about the feelings of a woman who wants to excel in her personal as well as professional life without being judged by others, while making her preferences on her own terms and conditions. So the verses of my poem are: I want to be the woman of my dreams who is allowed to scream. I want to live life and live free without any terms and conditions to agree. I don't want any Prince Charming on a white horse. I don't want anyone to walk away with remorse. I don't want to be a princess but queen who has her own throne and sheen. I cried tears of blood, but I was supposed to smile though I was hurt. I want to be the woman who can show her emotions without any guilt. I want to be the woman who is allowed to quit. I want to fly high. I want to touch the sky. I want to soar on the eagle's wing. I want to roar. I want to sing. I dream of success, of reaching new heights. I dream of freedom, breaking glass ceilings. I dream of adventure, of escaping routine. I dream of a day when I can sleep. I dream of a home filled with love and happiness. I dream of a family living with warmth and understanding. I dream of a society built on the roots of brotherhood. I dream of a nation whose citizens are safe and sound. That's all. Thank you.
Very good. Very nice poem. Very nice.
Thank you.
That's a lovely poem.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
In a
Subui, you
generation,
are the queen. You are the queen on the throne. So,
Oh my God.
nice one.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And this is from my book, Verses of Veracity, that has been recently published. Yeah.
Published. Okay,
Wow.
congrats.
Congratulations, Dr.
Congrats.
Sabuji.
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I feel like in a generation that has it confused between feminism and pseudo feminism, I feel like your words are definitely going to last. Thank you so much. Very beautifully written.
Thanks. Thanks.
And I want to be the smile on a poet's face, something that brings its heart in place, something that makes a heart feel like it's true. And I want to be the one who brings joy packed into every single word they utter. Let's move on to our next poet, Anupama ji. Ma'am, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Likita ji. And you've really been a wonderful host,
Thank
and
you.
especially expressing everyone and inviting everyone to recite their poems through your beautifully portrayed words. Thank you so much. So, my second poem is on the ups and downs of life, I think, which we all go through. So, here it is. Days like these pull me down to my face at a frown. When everything seems to go wrong, they make me tough and strong, test my patience and resilience, teach me lessons valuable and endurance. I give my all, but it's not enough. Smooth sailing life takes a ton rough. Drenched in despair, I try to overcome of this situation, don't know the outcome. While at the lowest rung, it's a hardship to rise, difficult to guess what does future comprise. I have an important decision to make. Every choice is mine to make. Then remember, in life, nothing is permanent. So rise, fight, and overcome the phase turbulent. All is well that ends well, grappling with plethora of emotions, caught in vestiges of time, as reams of new chapters unfold, life strikes a sanguine chord. A feastful of sand gradually slips by, paradigm of interwoven events, recalcitrant and stubborn in its wake, brings to conclusion a gerund phase, mixed ambivalent feelings which harbor to find a purpose we often strive, labyrinth of a bygone era, hold on to the serendipity, combing through the bits and pieces, finding solace after the roller coaster ride. Every turbulence makes us resilient. In the end, all is well that ends well. All is well that ends well. Thank you for listening.
You have really summed up the whole program.
All is well that ends. Yes.
It's
Yes.
beautiful. It's really well
Yes.
written. Really well
We
written.
still have Likita
Yeah.
ji to recite her second piece. Yes. Likita ji, most welcome for your
Thank
second
you.
recitation.
Thank you so much. A slight trigger warning of trauma in the upcoming poem. There is no direct mention of anything harsh, so it's all right. My next poem is named Glass Castle, and it goes: She loved that flower vase with all her heart. Why did she have to see it shattering onto the ground? I lay in my bedroom, curling further into my knee, beneath the bed. They keep yelling at each other, and somehow that blended into the rumbling thunder outside. My house, my house that once smelt like pancakes and love, smells like fear and hatred. There's no more kisses on the forehead, and they don't tuck me into bed anymore. I don't see them at the dinner table together anymore. You don't have to show me a plastered smile. I can see it. I understand. Maybe I don't, but I definitely see her scars. I see her trying to hide them. I see her castle falling apart, and I see her swollen eyes greeting me every morning. I don't say a word. They don't expect me to say anything either. Their yells and screams have now become a lullaby. Them shouting has now become a lullaby. Comfort lies beneath my bed, and now I have learned to rock myself to sleep, and that is my glass castle shattering. Thank you.
Wow. Well done, Litaji.
Thank you so much.
That's
Well
really
done, nice
beautifully
one.
penned.
Thank you.
Anupama, ji, if you permit me, I want to say four lines
Yes,
about Likita.
yes, yes,
Kindly.
certainly, sir. Certainly.
Oh
Mm.
my God, thank you.
So, uh, Likita, where have you been? Anupama ji was searching for a hosting queen. When she found you, she couldn't say no. When she found you, she couldn't say no. Now she has resolved not to let you go.
Oh, thank you, sir. That is wonderful. That is so beautiful and very cute, actually. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's cute.
It's
Yeah.
very cute. Thank you so much. I did not see that coming, really. It was very beautiful. Thank you. Uh,
Very, very well
now,
said, sir. Yes.
now that we have explored the idea that from the first round, we've explored that poetry is divine, it's a sacred language that brings us together and all that. We've also seen that poets also have this desire to, somehow be one poem someday. These two themes intertwined for when we recognize the divinity in poetry, we also recognize the power for poet to be a muse. And when we learn to be a muse, we are acknowledging that the divine within ourselves, the spark that connects us to the universe and each other, is very important. And that's what makes us all very, very special as poets. And I want all of us to carry this inspiration with us and strive to be both poet and the muse, and we're creating and inspiring, giving and receiving within each other. And I want to thank all of you poets, for sharing your words tonight with us. Thank you so much, all the dearest audience that we have, for leaving wonderful and lovely comments. And thank you so much for being part of this lovely poetry night today. And that being said, I would like to hand the stage over to Anupama ji to wrap this up. And that was Likhita for the night. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Likita ji, for conducting this wonderful session. And it was a pleasure listening to each one of you all. And the waves of a sea, you all have taken us through different themes and the different topics that we heard today. So really wonderful listening to Dr. Rita ji, Dr. Rakesh ji, Dr. Subhuhi ji, John sir, and Likita ji. All your poems were excellent and truly wonderful. So anybody
Yeah.
else would like to add on to this?
Yeah, I just wanted, Likita, when you were reciting your last poem, I just felt that the child in a disturbed home, every morning or every day, she's just looking into a broken mirror. This line just came to mind. And I don't know whether you all have attended the concert Matilda. That child came to mind, from the play. And Anupamaji, I had last watched it at the Nita Ambani Cultural Center. So it is not very long, so I remembered. And Rakesh ji, you should be part of every poetry session. He really is the life, So
Yes.
nice, those little lines on
Really
Likita.
loved how he wrote the four lines to wrap this up. That was
Yeah,
so
he
cute.
just, I know.
And the adjectives he is giving to each and every poet, especially John sir, the king of poetry.
Yes.
Yes.
It was my pleasure, all my pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Anupamaji.
everyone. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you,
Thank you.
It's
Thank you,
a
John.
everyone.
pleasure.
Until we meet next time. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank you.
Anupamaji.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.